We're going to make a milk bottle elephant. I've got my young friend here. He's an artist too. He's called Tom. We're going to make this together. You will need an empty milk bottle. Make sure it's washed out because old milk is a bit smelly, isn't it? Yeah. You'll also need tissue paper. Choose any colours that you like. We'll need some scissors to cut the tissue paper up. I've got a big pair for me and a smaller pair for Tom.
Some glue.
And some glue. What sort of glue is it?
Really glue.
It's runny glue. It's PVA and I've added water to make it extra runny. Okay.
So we'll have to run for.
It needs to be runny because it helps get the tissue paper on. If it's a bit thick, it tears the tissue paper. So it helps if you add a bit of water. And you'll need a cereal box so that you can cut out its ears. And what else will we cut out?
Tusks.
Tusks. And we'll need sellotape so that we can stick the ears onto our milk bottle. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our milk bottle to turn it into an elephant. Should we peel off this label? Excellent, brilliant. Now if I turn this bottle upside down, can you see that this could be its trunk? So we've got a trunk here. So I'm going to cut off the bottom. Now this bit is a bit of a grown-up cutting bit because it's quite tricky, isn't it, Tom? So it's probably better to ask a grown-up to do this bit. So I'm going to cut it so that we end up losing this bit here. So I'm going to start by cutting there. Okay, and then I'm going to cut in. I'm going to cut around so we lose that top bit. And then when we turn it upside down, we have an elephant, don't we? See, there he is. Okay. I've made mine so he's standing at a slant. I think I better cut a bit more off. Before we start gluing on the tissue paper, Tom, we need to draw some big ears. Right, okay, so the next thing Tom is going to draw our ears.
They might not be perfect if this is the first time you've done it.
No art needs to be perfect, does it?
If it's the first time.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it doesn't have to be perfect
Anytime, really.
Yeah, it doesn't. And actually, sometimes when things aren't perfect, that's when we like them best. So do you want to draw your ears? So Tom is going to draw some big elephant ears that we can attach to our elephant. Now, to stick the ears on our elephant, it would be helpful to make a fold here. So if I fold...
I remember
piece.
now.
Yeah. And then we can stick it onto the side like that. Okay. So, shall I break that bit off? Can I do that? Okay. And then I'm going to stick it. Do you want to stick it down? Do you want to push it down there? Push the sellotape down, Tom, with your finger.
Yeah. Hello, I'm ready the elephant. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to fold that one up.
Maybe you should do a little more cut on one of the sides. You see what I mean? It's
Is it still a bit off balance?
leaning.
Great. I'll hold it, you put it where you want it. rub your finger all up and down that side to make sure that it's absolutely stuck on. So. Okay. I'll turn it around for John to see. Okay. It's already looking like an elephant. Tom, do we need to add the tusks now, or do you want to add them at the end?
Maybe at the end.
Okay. So we've made our elephant. It's got its ears. The next thing is, we want to make it colourful. So to do that, we're going to use the gloopy glue, and we're going to use tissue paper. Now, Tom, you chose yellow and orange, didn't you? Is that okay still? Do you want to add another colour in, or shall we stick with those?
Maybe yellow and orange.
Just the yellow and orange, okay. So do you want to dip your tissue in here and then lay it on? Would that be the easiest way to do it?
Lay it in there.
You can do.
Then.
Yeah, then try taking it out.
Shit.
Here we can lay it in. Put it on. Tom and I don't mind using our fingers, but you might prefer to use a brush. What would you prefer? Do you prefer a brush? So you can put the glue all over. I'll hold it while you glue it, and then you can put your tissue paper on. Okay. Do you want another yellow bit or an orange bit on that one?
Maybe a little mix of them up.
A little mix them up. So should we put an orange on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do you want to lay that on a chair? So you can see.
Wow, orange is big. Now a lot more yellow.
Now don't forget, Tom, that we need to put glue on the top as well to help it stick on. So once you get your tissue paper on, add glue all over the top as well as underneath. That way it will help it really stay on. That's it. And push it down so it fits around the shape. Once you've covered your elephant in tissue, you will end up with something that looks like this. And you can see that this has been made out of a different shaped bottle. Any milk carton will do as long as it's got this handle that you can use for a trunk. You see this one's got different size ears to the one that we've made. Now this one has only got its tissue on, it hasn't yet been decorated and it hasn't yet had its eyes added on. You can draw eyes and add them on by cutting out and gluing on. And then you can decorate using anything you can find at home. If you've got lots of scraps of fabric, what about adding fabric? This one's got paint pen drawn on and decorated, and it's got paint pen for its eyes. And they've also got jewels stuck on. Can you see the jewels on this one's ear? So if you've got any fun crafty bits, pom-poms, jewels, sparkly shapes, buttons, you can glue them on to your elephant. Don't forget, you might want to add tusks, and you might want to think about whether it's going to have a tail.